All right, we should be live. Hello, everybody. I get my chat pulled up. We'll go through some hellos here. First in, Griffin Fish Room says hello, James and Ed and everyone. Followed by Miss Angel App 3233, new name to the stream for me. Hello, I've seen you hanging out in the other streams tonight. Glad you joined us here. Cody's in Griffin Fish Room. Teresa Cookie. Scroll down here. Aquarium is maintained by Andy. 44 Mag Fish and More, Big J's Fish Keeping, Mr. Zen, Sherry Kramer, Fishy Fun 57, all sorts of good people here. Aquarium Cop, William Pridemore, Sand Creek Aquatics, Better Time Stories, Barbara Jackson, Richard Fimbris, also a new name to me. Hello and welcome. Glad to have you here. The Zen Ginger throwing $2 at us right away with the $2 super sticker saying she is here with the big red arrow. Hello, Zen. Glad to see you. Coming right behind that, let me get Clint's aqua tanks before I forget. And Third Watch as well. Glad to see you, gentlemen. Or possibly lady. Third Watch could be either or. And then Sand Creek Aquatics coming through with the $5 super chat. Nothing to say, just throwing money at us. I appreciate you, Sand Creek. We're going to talk about you more here in a little bit tonight on the stream. But thank you for that. Miss Fever is here. Sharpie's Models and Aquatics. Not Nola Jane Fishrich. Chat keeps jumping on me. I'm not complaining. I'm glad to see all you people here. Carrie Mavis, Blake's Aquatics, Gnarly Fish Tanks, Reels Tanks, Pet Zotics, Hey Diego, Chevy Fish, Muppet 929, Richard, again, hello. GRB, I think I've got everybody. Recon 338, hello. Throwing the $2 super chat in. Says, hey, thanks to Miss Fever for answering my Jack Dempsey question. I'm assuming that's the JD there. And given that she answered a question, it's probably cichlid related. You're more than welcome.
Did you say hi to Derek? Or not Derek? Well, yeah, of course I had him.
I think I got everybody. If I did not, my apologies. Moonmaker, hello. If I missed anybody, sorry. Glad to have you here. I appreciate everybody showing up.
For sure.
One of the things I wanted to do tonight was actually spend a little bit more time in the chat straight from the getaway, or from the get-go. It seems like the last couple streams we've done our hellos, but then we've just kind of jumped off into our topics. And while we're going to do the topics and segments, and we're going to talk about some different things, I want to interact more with you all. The less that we've done that the past couple streams, the less I've enjoyed it. So I want to spend some time in the chat talking to everybody. I mean, that's why I'm here. If I just wanted to tell you all stuff, I could make a video, post it, and not have the interaction. So if you all have any questions or anything you want to throw out there from the get-go, we'll go ahead and jump on those. Let me jump back up here. There it is. Sand Creek Aquatics with another $2 with the big red thumbs up. Thank you, my friend. And Aquarium's maintained by Andy with the $2 super chat. It says going to be an Uber stream. All right. I appreciate you, Andy. I'm going to take a look at your channel later. I know you were asking Chris, you were having issues with getting your channel to progress or move forward. So I'll take a look at that tomorrow. I just didn't get a chance to between then and now. But I'll message you on Facebook if you would like, and we can kind of work out what's going on, and you can get a couple opinions on it and hopefully get you moving in the right direction. Let's see. Better Time Story says, James at Fish Room Fever, love the thumbnail. What filter are you using on the pics? I've used Comic Maker on my mobile phone before, but not as high resolution as I'd like. So the way that I did the thumbnail and also the background that you see behind us right now on StreamYard is the actual process of getting it cartoonized, or like the oil paint one that I did on the stream with Rack. There's a website called befunky.com. Generally, I use free things. This is one of the instances where I gave up on the free stuff, and it's like $5 a month for me to use it. So I'm going to use it on everything. But I upload the photo, and they've got so many options I haven't even looked into yet. It's ridiculous. But the cartoonize is my favorite one. And then, like, they have the oil painting. They have a whole bunch of different stuff. But it's befunky.com. befunky.com is what I'm using. Not sponsored. But it's been an awesome help with upgrading the quality of the thumbnails that I'm putting out. Still not quite where I want to be at, but it's definitely getting better, I feel.
Susan's here. I just want to say hi to Susan. She's up late tonight.
Hey, Susan, I'm glad to see you. We don't get to see you too often in here. Hope everything is going well for you. Mobile Diaries says, hello, Sir Fish from Fever, sending love from the Philippines. Hey, Mobile Diaries, welcome. Glad to have you here as well. Big J says, Fish from Fever got me a pair of longfin albino bristlenose plecos. Dude, that is awesome. That is awesome. I'll get more into it maybe later because I want to stick closer to the chat, not let it run away. But I'm looking at converting the rack of 620 longs in the hallway to be more of like a pleco area with like some of the smaller species of plecos. And then Sand Creek Aquatics with the $20 super chat. Say, love y'all. Brother, love you too. I wanted to apologize to you because I didn't see it until after the stream ended last time. You had actually sent another $10 super chat. And after the stream was over, I saw it, but I didn't catch it. It was right toward the end of the stream. So thank you for that, since I did not get to formally thank you last stream. Better Time Story says, thanks so much, Fish from Fever. I've been looking off and on for months, but obviously hadn't asked the right question or person before. Yeah, I kind of stumbled upon that one and used it, and I absolutely love it. There are a lot of options, and I'm sure once I get time to play with it, I'll be relying a lot more heavily on it. But basically what I'm doing is I'm making the image I want in like Paint 3D, saving the file, and then just opening the file in Be Funky and hitting Cartoonize, then adding my text to it. Pet Zolix with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Diego. Says, supporting another brother. Glad to have you in here. Diego, I've not forgotten about you and the Plecos. It's been kind of a crazy month with work and then stuff going on at the house, and it's just been kind of hectic. I'm actually looking at maybe, I don't really want to say minimizing, we'll say optimizing the efficiency of my tanks, just because I need to be able to get some more things done, get more content out to you all. I'm like 4 videos behind. I've got one to make on Diego, as a matter of fact. I won his giveaway, and then I got some other stuff from him. I've got like 4 videos I've got to get made and get out, so I am working on that. See, make sure I haven't missed anything directed at us. Hey, Jesse at HC Aqua.
Jesse, your little guppies are having babies, and they're awesome.
That's awesome. Because you just got those, what, last week?
Yeah, well, they literally had babies like the day after I put them in the tank.
Dude,
and we've had another batch. There's like 2 sizes of fry in there.
That's awesome. You got to love that. That's like that's free fish. That's like because those were the ones you won on Jesse's giveaway. So that's like an ultra giveaway win.
Yeah, I know. Awesome. He gave me a whole family.
I've got
and they're so pretty.
I've got some Tetris coming in. Oh my goodness. I can't even remember. I was making a joke. I'm going to get banned from doing giveaways because I keep winning the giveaways, because I've got 3 giveaway videos I've got to do. But I always appreciate that, and I love to shout people out anyways, but I love to do videos for people when I get stuff from them, unboxings and showing their channel off. Let's see.
Yeah, I've got some Pam's rice fish coming in tomorrow, and they were supposed to come today, but I think the tornadoes messed it up, hitting Nashville. So instead of them sending them to Chattanooga, they sent them to Knoxville for some reason. So hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed and they'll come in tomorrow. Shy's saying something.
Yeah, she's answering Recon's question, but it's too much for me to remember all at once.
Bring her on. Come on, Shy. Don't be shy.
She's like, no.
He has the Jack Dempsey.
Here.
Okay, Recon has the Jack Dempsey mill. It's flashing because it just reached its sexual maturity, so it's ready to start making babies. He asked if he should get a female for it, and I told him that he could, but they needed to be of a comparable size. And then in the chat, he just said, will they eat them? Will he even bother? Or should he even bother? Generally speaking, as long as there's no other fish in there, they will leave them alone. And then depending on the size of the tank, because I think he said it was 75 gallon, they should be fine when like what would it be, a batch of babies at a time. One batch of babies in a 75-gallon with just the parents should be fine until they're old enough / big enough for you to either sell or move to a different tank or take to your LFS. Good. I just wanted to say that because I didn't feel like typing it all.
There we go. Recon, I hope that answered your question, and thank you, Miss Fever, for that. Bringing in the cichlid knowledge where I am lacking myself. So thank you.
Well, hopefully Pam's rice fish come in healthy tomorrow, and I'll do a little video of, I thought, LRB's, Jesse's, and Pam's fish.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's see. Couple highlighted things. Pet Zotic says, no worries, I get it. Between Petco and business, I know how that goes. Fish from Fever. Yeah, sometimes life just kind of smacks you around and gets in the way. Gnarly Fish Tanks GT Aquatics says, Fish from Fever, tell Eddie he has 6 eyes right now. I think he forgot he has glasses on the top of his head already.
Oh, I do. These are the good ones. These are the ones I was looking for. I was like, these aren't the pairs I want.
Yeah. My mom was real good at doing that. Love you, Mom, if you happen to catch the replay. She was notorious for looking for her glasses on her head, or she has like one of the elastic key rings that goes around you can put on your wrist. She'd be digging through her purse for her keys, and they'll be on her wrist already. And then Recon says, thank you, Shy Fish from Fever. That's going to be my issue, though. I don't have LFS. Let me move this up a little bit because my camera's blocking part of the chat now. I'll move it over there. Don't have a LFS local to me. Wow, that expanded to full screen. We'll get it fixed. There we go. To sell the babies once they grow up. No other tanks for them either. So I know some people get offended by this, but a lot of people do this, especially with like the larger cichlids. And I don't know if the Jack Dempsey's will or not. I'll get yelled at it if this isn't the case with them. But I know like with my Jaguar cichlids, the Parachromis Manoans, they will eventually eat the fry. They'll get sick of them being in there. They'll be ready to breed again, and they'll just eat them and go on and make more babies. The mom will, technically. The dad won't. And then he tries to beat her up, and I have to separate them for like a week, and then they do it again. It's just what they do.
Petzotics asked me if I sell any fish. I honestly don't. I would never sell any fish that was given to me by like one of the other YouTubers also. So like I was just talking about Pam's rice fish and Jesse's guppies. I would never sell those because I mean that's like a gift and that's awesome. And then the LRB ones are actually Chevy's fish, and I'm gonna let him like mix breed them with other types of fish, and he just wants to try to create different strands. So I don't know if that helps. And then I do have a lot of other fancy guppies, but I plan on trying to put those in IFGA, which is like the guppy organization to try to win ribbons.
So
okay, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Miss Fever yelled at me, and she just put it in the chat. Nope, Mom was too protective. Mom was alpha in the JD pairing. And the same Creek said, same here, eat the kids. But no, so apparently you don't have that option. But yeah, somebody mentioned Facebook, I believe. I think they'll still let you sell. I don't know if, see, I've heard both ways. I've heard people say, no, they won't let you sell fish on there. And I've heard people kind of working around that. So I don't know. It's worth a shot. You know, if we don't have any more immediate questions or things that you all would like discussed or addressed at the moment, do you want to move into the new stuff / tech portion of the show tonight? If nobody else has questions.
Sure. Did you say the tech stuff?
Yeah, well, we can. Because, I mean, you got some new stuff, and I got some stuff, and it's all YouTube related.
Yep. Well, okay, guys. Normally, we're showing you things, and I guess I'm going to show you something, but it didn't work. So I want to see if I can pick your guys' brain to see if you know what I need. And I'll pull it out. I've got a little switcher here, a USB switcher. I've bought several cameras, and I put it on there, and it works fine with the normal photo lab on the computer for switching from tank to tank. but unfortunately on StreamYard and OBS, it mutes me. So or it even just knocks me out. So I need to get a hub or a switcher. I don't know what they're called, but if somebody has a recommendation, it would be awesome because I want to be able to just push, tank number 1, tank number 2, tank number 3, to go to show different guppies or fish in my fish room. So if anybody out there has any tech knowledge and would know, I'm going to send this back to Amazon. And I'm trying to find something. I just don't know what they're even called. I mean, back in the old days, we called them switchers. And, but I'm not able to really find that. I'm not finding what I want. So I think I'm just lacking the right terminology. So, James, if you want to go back to the normal screen, you can. But
absolutely. No, you're running the show. Good night. Yeah.
That's my problem right now. So if anybody has an idea, and maybe nobody does, but
let me get the live chat popped back up here so I can actually see what's going on. Somebody said Chappie. Sand Creek Aquatic said Chappie. Yeah, I'm sure he could probably point you at a good switcher for what you're trying to do.
Yeah, maybe I could try to communicate through Facebook, but I don't know if he ever checks his messages.
His Discord would probably be an easy way to get a hold of him.
Oh, yeah. Of course, I got to figure out how to post things on there. I probably could somehow.
And there's Zinginger says you need something that maintains the audio with camera 1 when switching. Yep, that was the issue that we were running into.
And I bought a mic that pulls it away. I was hoping that the mic would always stay on, but for some reason, every time I switched, it pulled the mic even off, the main mic away to those little cameras and muted them, I guess. I don't know if StreamYard just isn't strong enough to do it, or if this little box isn't good enough.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with the settings where it automatically is jumping your primary mic over to whatever your camera is that you switch.
Yeah, because the last thing I want is my mic to be 20 feet away from me.
Yeah, and I'm finally reading this name correctly. It's Miss Angela P3233, I'm assuming. I think I said Angel App or something like that. I don't know what I said before, but I see it correctly now. My apologies.
Oh, Dan Slee might have an idea here. He says, Ed, you might be better off having all of them plugged into a via. Whoops, just moved. Hang on, sorry, my mouse.
Yeah,
it really jumps on me here. Okay, here it goes.
Right.
On a VIA, that hub or VIA hub, then using software to switch between the cameras. And that was the idea. Was I wasn't trying to use software. I was trying to use the hardware, and they have buttons. And I was just going to click it. But every time I clicked it, it would throw it off.
Yeah, because I don't think that switcher had the option to have all of them on at once, did it?
No, I had to turn one on at a time.
Yeah.
One off, one on.
I can't get it in front of the camera at the moment, but I've got a couple of different hubs that let you plug into the multiple ports and have all of those different feeds pulled up, so you could kind of switch through, like he's saying, on the software.
Okay, well, I'll write that down.
Hey, Dragon Lair. So since you were the one that initially found it and prompted me to finally get off my butt and get one, do you want to show them? And this kind of ties into Chris. I thought it was kind of funny. He mentioned it, and I got a good laugh when he started talking about cell phones and upgrades and that kind of stuff, because we hadn't discussed with each other what we were talking about tonight. So you got to love that. Great minds think alike. But I will shut up and I will pass it over to you, Ed, so you can show the people what you showed me.
Okay. And I will get back and reread everything you're saying, Dan. I really appreciate your input. And if anybody else is saying stuff and I just haven't got to it, I will reread everything. But I have bought myself a gimbal. And this thing's awesome. Let me, I should have had my phone already on it. But yeah, I bought this gimbal off Amazon. It's a Smooth 4
I don't have room on my desk.
EY something. What do you know what the name of this thing is?
Um,
Oh, here it is. It's
well,
a ZHIYUN.
I'm gonna pull a Corey and say I'm horrible at my job here because I really should be pulling up the Fish Room Fever website where I have the Amazon link for it. But as Corey would say, horrible at my job.
But I wanted, like, Chris wanted one that was portable and could fold up. I wanted one that I could hit a terrorist with. And so I got a big one.
So
It's pretty neat.
yeah, and the kit that I listed, I went and looked at a bunch of them because, as Chris was saying, there are a lot of different ones on there.
Oh, that's the one I got right there, the Smooth 4 gimbal.
Yeah, I've got the same gimbal, but the kit I got came with a couple extra things. Like it's got this counterbalance set up on it. So, like, case in point, in theory, it should self-correct when I take this off here because the battery's on, in theory. Okay, so that's all well and good, but if I turn the power off, oh, see, the motor's like, nope, that's too much weight. So that was one of the things that I liked about this kit. It also comes with that little black metal bar, which is actually for you to mount like a GoPro in it and attach it so that you're not trying to like, well, it wouldn't work with the GoPro without that mount. And then it's got all the cords and stuff. But that is what I got. I'm really looking forward to getting to actually use it. I've played around with it some. But
wow, never let go of the bottom and hold the top. I just did that and it was like spinning in circles. Crazy.
And these are cheap. I mean, it's like $100 for the kit. So it's one of those things that you don't have to have it. And I'm not saying, hey, everybody go buy this. But basically, and I mentioned talking about this last week, it's one of those things that like your super chats go towards, things that actually can help with quality of things on the channel. So thank you all, because I probably would have continued to put it off. So thank you for the super chats. And it is being used, what I would say, wisely. And then, Ed, I do have your mount. So when we meet up for your microphone, and then there's a little microphone. So you've got, and I think it looks a little fancier, a little bit more professional. Again, you don't have to have it. I mean, I haven't even used it yet, and I've got videos out, shoot everything off my phone. But that's it. And that's page 2 of the my website, fishroomfever.com. You can click either one of those buttons, which also supports the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything that way. So if you're going to shop on Amazon, you don't care to click on the link before you go and do your shop. And even if you're not buying fish food, if you purchase within like 12 or 24 hours of clicking the link, I get a commission off of it that comes out of Amazon's portion, not from you. So that's appreciated. It helps, and it doesn't cost you anything. So that's always a plus. But those are if you are going to upgrade, the recommendations. I have the cheaper mic. I'm getting one of these. The reason I put the Rode on there is because that's like the go-to, the Video Micro. And last I looked, they had it on sale for $50, which is a killer deal. It's only like $20 more than I spent on the cheap knockoff version. So let me get this off of here. Helps if I get the clicker on the right monitor. There we go. Let me get caught up with the chat real quick.
Yeah, one of the neat things about this gimbal is, I wish I could we could show you, but it's this little knob right here.
Oh yeah,
and what it does
do that.
It zooms in with your camera, so you don't have to use your finger. You know, everything is done. Okay, let's see. James, can you make that the whole screen?
Well, yeah. Now you're trying to see just how talented I am. Let's see if I can balance this on screen and do this.
There we go.
All right. So it's going to be blurry trying to monitor that, but you can use your thumb to roll the dial on the side when you're actually holding it from the right side, and it'll zoom in. So
basically, everything you would normally have to touch your phone for, you can do on the handle, and it's super neat.
And you've got all your record buttons and everything on there. Oh, Ed, the tracking, since we're doing it anyways, there's that little target symbol right there at the left.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's too much light for me to be able to use it. But
You might need a face or something to.
well, I was
track.
going to do it on a fish.
Oh, okay.
So you just kind of drag it, and let's see if that. Okay, there we go. Now it's tracking the fish.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're gonna have to show me how to do that again.
Yeah. So see, it'll auto track that fish now. I know you can't see it great on the screen, but I'm sure you can see it moving around.
And now zoom out from it.
I think. Oh, yep, I am zoomed out. Oh, it went to tracking. It went to tracking another fish when I did that. But yeah, so that's the fun toy that we're playing with now. And again, like I said, it's not a necessary thing. If you want to do YouTube, you don't have to have one of those. So please don't ever think that I'm saying that, because I've been one of the people that strongly advocated just use what you got for the longest time since I started. So please don't take it that way. But let me get Ed back up here with me. There we go. Let me jump in here real quick and look at the live chat. I know we've at least got one super chat I saw just roll by here. Several super chats just rolled by. So let me get back up to where I was and make sure I didn't miss any comments. And then I will get down to the super chats, because I don't want you all to think that I am jumping over comments and just reading super chats, because that's something I never want to get to.
I'm just going to say something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Aquarium Cop's here, which is awesome. Good to see you. I was wondering if Third Watch maybe is a cop also, because maybe like a third shift cop watching over us. Just throwing that out there. I don't know. Bizarre that I would bring that up, I know. But if you do, we appreciate your service and protecting us all.
Absolutely. Okay, I don't see anything highlighted for me. Oh, there we go. Moonmaker says, those are some beautiful angelfish behind you, Fish Room Fever. Thank you very much. I'm sorry that it's not better tonight behind me. And anybody that's been in here before is going, what's going on with the tank behind him? The light went out. Like Ed and I were talking, and the light just finally said, nope, I'm done. So I've got like one of the little 10-gallon like Aquaneat lights that's maybe about that long in there, which gives a little bit of light, but it definitely doesn't light the tank up like it should be. So sorry you don't have a better view of the fishies tonight. I'll get that rectified before the next stream, which would be Saturday Night Fever. Let's see, Zen, thank you for dropping the link. Sand Creek Aquatics with another $2 super chat with the big red thumbs up. And then the Zen Ginger with the $3 super sticker. The fist bump workout pair. I love that little guy. Thank you, Zen Ginger and Sand Creek. Danikin Aquatics. Hey, how are you? Says James or Ed at Fish Room Fever. They look like they are on long handles. Usually shoot close up. So what would you guys use them longer handles for? So it doesn't really have a super long handle. This part right here is actually the tripod. I like it because it gives you like a good balance point, and you can kind of like bring it in for stabilization, even though you don't really need to because it's self-stabilizing. But if you take that tripod part off, there's the handle part. So it's not really got a super long handle, but I will definitely keep it with the tripod on, especially because if I'm using it, I can just set it down real quick. I don't have to try and lay it down gently, or you'd have to turn it off. Otherwise, you're going to mess with it trying to track. But if you've got the tripod on there, you could just flip the legs out and sit it down and be good to go. So, yeah, you could definitely use it shorter.
And I really do like that tripod, though.
Yeah. Oh, I do, too. I mean, that's I'm in love with this. I've got to play with it a little bit, but I'm really looking forward to doing some footage. I've been wanting to do a fish store tour down at Aquatic, but the one that I did film, you know, even when you walk really slow, like I got some decent footage, you can still tell that it's a handheld and you're walking. There's still slight movement in it. So like that for doing like a fish tour video, or even like live streaming from, you know, like you said, aquatic events, or even just from the LFS or whatnot. I think that's going to be really, really fun and really awesome, and just kind of help with the quality. Sand Creek Aquatics with another $2 says, let's grow and support together. I love you, brother. I appreciate that. But we haven't quite got to the creator portion of the show tonight, but I do want to say both aquariums maintained by Andy, well, all three, Zen Ginger and Sand Creek Aquatics, they all have channels. I'm subscribed to them. I'm not going to tell you, hey, you have to go subscribe to them, but I would encourage you to go check them out. And if you like it, subscribe. And keep in mind, you know, people are always growing and moving on and, you know, developing in their YouTube careers. So give people a chance. I mean, I like to think I've come a little bit away since I started. You know, my first stream was god awful horrible and the sound didn't work right. And, you know, fortunately people stuck with me and gave me some time to try and improve. Still not where we want to be at. You know, we're still going to try and nail things down, and we're working on some different formats and different types of streams. But give people a shot. I think you'll like what you find. Aquarium Cop says, Fish Room Fever is my brother on TikTok. Yes, yep. One of the few YouTube people that I see over there on TikTok. Always glad to see you. Always love when your videos pop up in my feed. I have fun over there. It's kind of a let loose place. There's some crazy non-fish related stuff. And then I do like throw some fish videos up, but it's a different side of me, if you will. So if you're on TikTok, you can find me. It's actually official FRF. I'm testing a theory on if having official in your name actually helps. And from what I'm seeing, it doesn't. But it was a theory I wanted to test, so we did it. Zen Ginger, yeah, use what you got. And what did you get at Fish Room Fever? You're probably referencing the phone there, Zen. Zen Ginger, I think it was the very first day that they announced it, was sending me links on the Samsung S20 because I'm a huge Samsung nut. That's a Note 8. I've got another Note. All of my phones are Samsung. I love their products. I film everything on the Note 8. So today I went in and I've got a Note 4 that just sits at my desk. I'm paying for service on it every month. And I decided I was going to upgrade it. So I pre-ordered the Samsung S20 Ultra with all the fancy smanchy 8K video and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting to play around with that. Probably shouldn't have, but you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I've got, you know, full transparency because I don't care. I did it on monthly installment plans. I didn't just go drop $1,600 on a phone. That's another thing. It's like, realistically, this phone's got one more payment on it and then it's done. So my bill's only going to go up $20 a month from what I'm used to. So I felt that was something that I could tolerate without, you know, dropping $1,600.
Can I answer one for Jesse?
Yeah,
he just asked, does anyone here have one of those lens filters that reduces glare? If so, how big of a difference does it make? And I'm assuming you're taking like photos of your fish on your fish tank, and you probably have a lot because you're outdoors. I don't know what type of lens would reduce the glare, but you can buy like a rubber hood that'll come out like a few inches in front of a camera. I don't know quite what you could do for a phone as much, and then if you bring that into the glass, it will basically just cup the light from coming in, and there won't be any glare. It's a photography trick. And here's another thing: you can also just put your camera or your phone all the way against the glass, or hide it. Put your hand right up against it, just to make it so no glare gets around to the other side.
And who was it? It was Jimmy. Jimmy was talking about it. So like, give me a second to turn this off and unplug this thing real quick, and I'll show you what Jimmy was talking about because he didn't actually like demonstrate it. I don't think, and not that you couldn't tell what he was talking about. So like when you're shooting, like with your phone specifically, what he was talking about was he'll have it to where it's like this, and just his fingertips touch up against the glass, and then he can so he's got it like that with his fingertips on the glass, just barely holding the camera off of it. So if you're shooting with your phone, that's another option. Should remove most of the glare because you're so close, light can't really get in there. And it also gives you kind of a stabilizer, and you can slide on your finger, or at least I can because I've got a little bit of fingernails, but you can slide on your fingertips/fingernails. Let's see. Danikin Aquatics. I always shot from my S10. My wife did get me a nice stand for live streams, but Lucas has this gimbal that was more round and held in the middle and could roll his wrist any way he wanted, and it stayed focused. I think I've seen the one you're talking about. I think because I've looked at a lot of them. I mean, like these, you could try and put your arm in a really unnatural way, and it wouldn't go that far. But these have got a really wide range of how you can go with them, and they still stay where you want them to. But I think I've seen the one you're talking about. There are all sorts of fancy setups. Dragon Lair, absolutely. I try and catch everybody that comes into the chat, and I know I miss people when we're talking about things like case in point D aquariums I haven't said hello to. But Dragon Lair said thank you for the hello, James. You're the first person out of 5 live streams tonight that acknowledged me tonight. I'm not saying anything bad about anyone. We've all got our own styles. Some people think that it's poor live streaming to spend time saying hello to everybody in the chat. I don't agree with that. I'm here to hang out with you all. If that's not good for my channel growth, that's fine. I'm happy hanging out with you all. And I'll probably get some I'll probably hear about that comment. That's fine. Again, full transparency. I'm going to say what I think. I don't pull my punches. I try and be civil, but I'm going to do the streams the way I feel that they should be done. So always glad to say hello to you, buddy.
A couple of people were talking about my beard. It's for my Chiefs because they won I almost said Stanley Cup, the Super Bowl. I appreciate it. And I do love the Royals. I got all excited when somebody said something about the Royals, but I don't think I'll ever go blue. I mean, I also love the Blues, and I didn't go blue for them. But the Chiefs I've been doing during the football season for like the last 15 years. So I've always had to shave it, and this time I didn't. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. That's funny that you mentioned that, though, because I was going to make a joke. I should do like Mark Shrimp Tanks and say I'll dye my beard blue for the not aquatic experience, dear Lord, the big fish deal. If people, I forget, I don't even know if he's got like a limit, but I know like if people send him like super chats or the Patreon or whatever, it goes towards like at a certain limit, he dyes his beard. So I was to make that joke, but like I can finance my new phone through dyeing my beard blue.
Hey, Big Tank Hank's here. Awesome.
Hey, Hank, how are you? I saw a couple things I wanted to grab, but I think they've jumped away from me. Where's Blackie? Anyone know anything about saltwater maceration? Maceration? I do not, which is probably quite obvious given that I couldn't say that correctly without questioning myself. I would be happy to look into it and get back to you, but I do not offhand. We probably have somebody in here that might know something about it. Got 1 or 2 salties. Yeah, the reflection on the tanks. Fishy Fun 57 says I hate the reflection on the tanks. Absolutely, this is driving me nuts. Like normally, the light in there is bright enough that you can't see my screens as much, but it won't let me dim my top monitor, which you can see somewhere in there. I've got my bottom monitor dimmed about as much as I can, but you can still see it. Normally, you can't because the light inside is so bright, but with the big light being out, it's just frustrating.
And my problem isn't glare. It's I have so much of this water sprite on top. It basically is making a canvas in my tank. But I'm going to be building a fish room, and I'm going to pull all this out and put it into different tanks. So I've been just letting it kind of grow crazy. So I have a lot of it for a lot of tanks. I'm really liking the water sprite more than the guppy grass. I hate to say that to everybody I've given guppy grass to, but I think it gives a bit more space to swim, and I actually think it might be better coverage for the fry, the guppy fry, because they literally get above the leaf and below the water where the adults don't go. Pretty neat. So I can easily, where did I put it? I can put the fry food right on top of them, and the parents stay where there's no plants. And I'm really digging the water sprite.
So,
sorry.
No, you're fine. Real quick, I want to grab this because I saw it and it ran away and I found it again. Moonstone with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Kim. I need to get with you. I did get the art from Rack in the mail today, and it came in good shape. Thank goodness. I know a couple people wanted Chattanooga Ed stickers added into theirs. If you want the Ed stickers, now this I don't think that there are Ed stickers in there because I don't think he put the whole sticker pack. I know he put some River Life stickers in there. But if you want the Ed stickers and they're not already in there from Rack, I won't be able to mail it out tomorrow. I'll have to wait until I see Ed to mail it out. If
I didn't give you any extras.
No, I just got the one. If you're okay, I don't want to say if you don't want the Ed sticker, but if you want me to just go ahead and get the art shipped out, I can go ahead and Miss Fever hopefully can get it shipped out tomorrow. So yeah, real quick, I wanted to get on that before I forgot. All the art winners, it's let me know what you want to do. But thank you, Moonstone, for that. And it says just sharing the tips. Thank you, doggy owners. Sorry, I was thinking about Moonstone's shirts and the giveaways, and I was like, hey, I need to address that because I can't send it tomorrow if you want stickers. So you guys,
going to Knoxville on Saturday or Sunday. I got a friend that called me up and asked me to come up, so I might do that. And if I do that, I'll give some to James. I'll give you like 100 of them.
That'll work.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Petzotics Diego says that is very cool. At Fish Room Fever at Chattanooga Ed. Finally, I learned something new here. Just kidding, LOL. But that was something new I learned. Thanks. You are welcome, Diego. We try and bring something to the stream every week. We may not always succeed, but hopefully we at least make it enjoyable. Here, I
don't even know what it was that I said, but
just say thank you and glad we could help you. Multi-tank addiction at Fish Room Fever. I was advised not to for replayability purposes, but I think I'll be going back to it as well. Yeah, and again, Chris, I'm not saying that the people that are saying that are wrong. I'm a firm believer of doing things at scale. There's a big difference in having 500 people in your chat and having 50 people in your chat, which I think we're somewhere around there. And if I had to guess, just based on standard analytics, we probably got about 33 likes. So if you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. I'm small enough that I'm at scale where I can say hello to everybody, and people enjoy that. We all love having our name shouted out. You know, that's one of those awesome things where we're in the bigger channels. And in anybody's channel, it's like, oh, hey, they said my name. So,
yeah, I'm not here to make any money. I'm just here to make friends. So, well, I'm totally with you there.
I'm not going to lie. I'm here to do both at this point. Do I think I'm going to retire off YouTube? No. Do I think that it helps with like purchases like that and things that normally I wouldn't just go out of pocket and buy just for giggles and grins? Yeah. But like you said, if I'm not enjoying it, I can't talk to the people. I can't do that interaction. It's just not the same to me. This doesn't make for as good of a show necessarily on a replay, but I think it's more enjoyable for the people in the chat versus, hey, we're going to talk for 30 minutes and then we'll grab one or two things that pop up and then we'll talk for 30 minutes. But again, all things at scale. This is where we're at scale. So this is what we're going to continue to do for the time being.
And I don't know, we're talking about also, we're going to start going every other week to my channel to back to James too, eventually here too.
Yep. So, and I think the one way we might do that, and I'll talk to you more off stream, so we're not boring everybody totally to death. But where I can stream to multiple locations is maybe do a week or two streaming to both yours and mine, just to make sure that we can get people transitioned. And then it'll start popping up on your channel that you've got the Nocturnal Feeding Show, and then transition everybody over there.
Yeah, we'd want everybody to. No,
we don't want to lose anybody. That's not our goal. We want to help Ed grow. I mean, I've been very blessed and fortunate to have a wonderful community like you all and people like Ed and Chris and Rack and the Zen Ginger and too many people for me to name in this live stream without boring everyone to tears. I was blessed enough to get monetized in 4 months and be where I'm at. So I want to help Ed move his channel along because he's been a huge help to me. So that's why we're switching the show over to there. We're going to have the Saturday night stream on mine still. So if you're absolutely dying to super chat, don't feel bad. You'll still be able to do that on Saturday nights. You know. Yeah.
Save it for James, because I'm not asking for any.
Yeah, well, and they won't be able to on yours at the beginning. I did have somebody ask me about that. They're like, "Well, I won't be able to send a super chat if we're on Ed's stream," and I said, "Well, I'll be on Saturdays." Fishy Fun 57. Sorry if I missed anything, but this is like right above my arrow, so it's kind of popped out. Fishy Fun 57 says, James, I meant for when I do video, I have to watch how I dress or if a bunch of junk is reflected. Yeah, that's one thing. This group is really good about checking out what's going on in your tank reflections. If you don't believe me, ask Dr. Black 66. He'll attest to that. We're always checking what we can see in people's tank reflections, so I can completely understand that. And yet, definitely, what you're wearing can have a huge impact when you're trying to film the fish and kind of keep yourself out of it, so to speak. It's almost impossible when you've got glass boxes on all sides of you with lights on all sides of you, but there are definitely some things like wearing certain colors, and even adjusting lights. I've got a couple of extra just clip-on lights, which I'm using now during the show, that I can kind of clip in places to remove shadows and try and help with glare. But it's definitely, it could be a little tricky trying to get a good shot on a tank. See.
Sure. Do we want to go over events?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to jump into that, I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Hollering at us. I don't see anything highlighted.
This weekend, March 7th and the 8th in Denver, if anybody's around that area, Priscilla will be there at Reef Stock, and she will have a booth. Oh, I think it's called Exotic Aquatics. I think that's the name of her booth. But go check her out and see her. And there will be salt stuff, but I think there will be some freshwater too. So, and Priscilla will be there, so she's worth just going to meet. And then we've got two big things coming up next week. We've got the big fish deal, in which James and I won't be doing this stream. That's something we got to talk about. Because we're going to leave super early in the morning, and we'll be doing nocturnal feeding, hopefully either Friday or Saturday night in Maryland. And we'll do it late at night in the lobby, and maybe we'll have guests. Maybe nobody will want to be with us. We'll still have fun. But that's the big fish deal in Maryland. And that's Gaithersboro. I think that's how you say it. And then there's also next week is the Central Florida Koi and Goldfish show in Orlando. That's what Rack's going to be going to. So if you go there, try to hunt Rack down and shake his hand and take a picture. And then let's see. We'll go to May 16th is Aquashella. 16th through the 17th is Aquashella Dallas. And there's going to be a whole mess of people there to see. And I mean, we know about Aquashella. We don't really need to talk much about that. LRB on May 21st is going to be at Father's Fish. Father Fish's Fish Club. That's kind of hard to say. In Venice, Florida. And if I have any money left over from Aquashella, I'm going to try to make it to that, because that'd be pretty cool. I'd love to see Father Fish's set up and also shake LRB's hand. May 14th, the 11th and the 14th, is the American Live Bears Association. That's the ALA. That's in Florida Coral Springs in Florida. I was interested in that, but it's mostly all mollies and platies. I think it's more of that than guppies. So I decided I'm going to pass on that one. But I mean, I got mollies behind me and I got platies over there. I like them. I just not enough to go to Florida for. The one thing that I do want to go to, and James, I probably won't invite you to this, the AKA St. Louis American Achilles Fish Association.
I'm so offended. Get off of my stream. No.
Yeah, it's 19th through the 21st in St. Louis, and I'll probably go for a whole week and just live with my brother and hang out with my friends in St. Louis for a week. So, yeah, that's why I wasn't going to invite you, but it's pretty cool. And I bet LRB will be at that too. Oh, if anybody's in the St. Louis area, this is what I wish I could make. April 25th and the 26th, the Fish Club there is having their big spring swap and auction that weekend. And they rent a hotel. It's a Holiday Inn down by the airport. And it's a 2-day event. It's pretty cool for a club to do that. And there's a ton of good fish there. That's a pretty cool thing. A lot of things that are farther down the road aren't like they don't have dates. Like we don't have a date yet for the Keystone Clash. That's one that I really want to go to. That's in Pennsylvania, James. I bet you'd like to do that.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that one.
We'll have to see if Bob would like to go up to that one. Then Aquashella in Chicago hasn't been listed yet, but we do have Pam's Campout in Billings, Montana or Wyoming. Well, it's one of those two states.
Wyoming.
That's September 11th through the 14th. That'll be an awesome time. If anybody doesn't know Pam, go check out. Is it Pam's Paints or
Punchy Paints is what she's.
Paints.
Yeah, Punchy Paints.
Channel, and she'll be there. She's gonna give some Yellowstone, like show people around Yellowstone because she knows a lot about that. I know they're gonna see Dan's Fish's like headquarters, which would be pretty awesome. And then just hanging around the campfire at night and listening to stories from everybody, I think would be pretty kick-ass too. And let's see, I think I hope I got everything. Oh, the Deep South Guppy Show is August 1st and the 2nd. I'm hoping that'll be the first guppy show that I actually compete in. But if I don't think I have enough guppies or they look good enough, I'll wait another year. But we are going to do, I think, a meetup with all the Tennessee YouTubers at that time too. It's in Murfreesboro. That's like a suburb or just a town a little south of Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be a really good time. There's a lot of restaurants. It's like a really bustling place. It's not like a little town. So I think that'll be a really good time. And I mean, last time all of us YouTubers got together, it was so much fun. I say to all of us YouTubers, I don't even feel like I'm a YouTuber, but our little clan of fun people, great time. So everybody's more than welcome. We'll give more details. I mean, that's in August. Okay, James, back to you.
And now, back to you.
Yeah, back to you with the real.
Right. So before I go any further, I want to say thank you again, Sand Creek Aquatics, with another $10. Says, love the stream, need you one night. I would be happy to come on Sand Creek. You just let me know ahead of time so that I can make sure that I can be available and that nothing is like work's not going to be in the way or something crazy like that. Anytime, brother. I don't mind one bit. And actually, I think you would be the first person to technically have me on as a guest. I've had people on and I have all these guests, but nobody ever asked me to come on. So I was starting to get a little offended. No, I wasn't really getting offended. So
who just asked you to be a guest?
Sand Creek.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no, I can't. I popped up on Chris's one time, or maybe even a couple times now, sporadically, multi-tank addiction. But I've never actually had somebody come to me like ahead of time and say, "Hey, I want to schedule you as a guest." So you would have the honor and pleasure of that, and I would be appreciative of that, and I'd love to do it with you. So yeah, just let me know, man. Absolutely. And thank you again for the super chat. Miss Fever says she does have some Chattanooga Ed stickers. So assuming that she is able to, I will get with her on a good way to get those packaged up. It may be Saturday because honestly, she could do it, but I would rather take full responsibility in getting the art packaged up from Rack myself personally. That way there's no accountability on her if something happened in the post on the way there. So probably Saturday we'll get those shipped out to everybody. I do want to say real quick, I didn't really mean to segue into this at the particular moment, but a huge thank you to River Life Rack. He actually sent me a couple things. This wild disc is here, and this wild disc is here. I thought those were a good
Yeah,
pair.
they're super beautiful.
Yeah, I'm absolutely loving what he's doing over there. I forget exactly what I call it, the minimalist approach, but for abstract, I'm not an art person per se, but the way that he does his, I absolutely love it. And let me see if I can pull up his Etsy real quick.
Okay.
If nothing else, the link for his Etsy is on the fishermanfever.com main page, along with Chris's art link as well, Multi-Tank Addiction. So anytime you're wanting to go check out River Life's art stuff, you can hit up the Fisherman Fever page. There's so many. I tried to make it extremely useful. There are a lot of links on there. I still need to get Sarah's link added, and there's somebody I need to add to the live stream lineup. I'll have to check my phone. I was actually transferring phones yesterday because I got the insurance replacement. So a lot of stuff I'm still working on finding. But I haven't forgotten you. I may have technically forgotten, but it's all in my phone, and I will get everything updated for the people I mentioned I would add. Hello, Alex Reviews. Glad to have you. Appreciate you swinging by. Moonmaker said, I was always curious what Fishkeeper's other hobbies were. I mean, I enjoy my cars. I enjoy, of course, my fish. It's weird, but I enjoy the YouTubing in and of itself as its own hobby, kind of. The creating, the editing can be a pain sometimes. But I enjoy it. I really, this is my favorite part, honestly. The live streams are my favorite part. If it wasn't totally detrimental and I didn't feel like I could put some good videos out there, I wouldn't even do videos. But I enjoy making the videos. Sometimes it's just frustrating getting the edit the way I want it or getting the shot the way I want it, because I know that I could do it better. I just need to figure out how. And then I have a couple other hobbies I usually don't mention on this because YouTube doesn't like certain subjects. But I'm a good old boy, and amendments and stuff, and I'll leave it at that.
I love going to the movies. That sounds so losery, but I do. I worked at the movie theater when I was in college, and I got to go to see as many movies as I wanted for free. And now it's like 25 years later, and I'm still going all the time. I have that AMC pass, so I love to go to the show. I love to paint miniatures and make models and play board games.
Well, and that's another thing, and I didn't even mention it, but I'm getting into the fish art. No, I am, but I'm not. I quit doing art years ago because I didn't have time. I was too busy adulting. And so I'm almost putting it underneath the umbrella of my YouTube creatorship, if you will. Come up with some insert terminology here, where I'm starting to sketch and draw again. And I'm enjoying it. I'm glad to take that little bit of time and set it aside to be able to do that. So that's fun. And I like video gaming. So you all may see some of that to come maybe on my other channel. I don't know. I might do one stream a month if people want to hang out on here that would be separate from the regular streams. We'll see, but I enjoy gaming as well.
Oh, when I lived in St. Louis, I used to go to even Broadway shows and stupid stuff like that. But they weren't Broadway shows, but they would come to St. Louis. So I used to do even those type of things, which is kind of goofy, but I enjoyed it.
So I see a super chat I want to address, but I want to make sure I didn't miss anything else because it jumped on me. I don't see anything that I'm highlighted in. Yeah, Chris, I've been on yours a couple of times, Multi-Tank Addiction, but I don't know. It never really was like a formal guest thing, if you get what I'm saying. It was just kind of like, hey, you want to come up and hang out?
He wants the red carpet.
I just want to be officially asked as a guest on a stream. I don't know. Not necessarily that I wanted to, but it's like, well, it hasn't happened. Nobody said, hey, special guest tonight, Fisher and Fever, So I'd be glad to do that. And also, I do want to address. We've had some of the bigger channels on lately. I'm wanting to start doing, and I'll talk with Ed more about this on one of the live streams. I want to start bringing in other people, bringing back, like Big J's and stuff like that. Incorporating that maybe into the Saturday Night Fever, possibly. I was thinking, because I miss hanging out with you all, and I don't want anybody to ever think that they're not welcome as a guest just because of a subscriber number, because that's garbage. It's just this particular platform was never really intended to have guests on the Nocturnal feeding. And then we managed to get some people on, and then other people were willing to come on. But I want to get back to doing, maybe the Saturday night ones, or every other Saturday night we do the panel with people coming up, because that's fun too.
Yeah, for sure. And not like Big J, when Rack said, name some monster fish, I was thinking, oh man, just ask Big J. He's the monster fish master.
Yep. So Danikin Aquatics with the $20 super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. It says, when is the James and Ed show coming out to Portland?
That's what we would love to do someday.
Yeah.
Not necessarily to Portland. But we talked when we first started, we want to just build this up like a radio show.
Yeah.
And, get big together and have fun.
Yep.
And I would love it if we'd ever be big enough that somebody would actually say, hey, let's get, Fish Room Fever. And hopefully they would pull me along too as part of the team.
You're stuck with me, buddy. That's in the contract. They've got to invite you.
DJs, and
yeah,
that would be so cool. And Portland would be so much fun. I've been to Seattle several times. I've never been to Portland. I had an aunt that was in Seattle, but she's dead now. But I'd like to go to that Zombie Donuts. I think that's important.
I would love to do the West Coast circuit. I'd love to come out and meet you all. Which of course we're going to be seeing Chris Multi-Tank Addiction at Aquashella Dallas. But I'd love to go hang out and do the West Coast circuit. I think that would be great. That's my biggest thing for wanting to do the shows, is getting to meet you all and hang out with people that I talk to on here. So maybe we can. I'm not going to commit to anything, but we'll say maybe that's a looking at 2021 potential goal type of thing. To see where we're progressing, and one day hopefully get out there.
And maybe in 10 years, we'll be able to afford to see Jesse in Hawaii.
Right.
Hawaii someday. And I'd love to go to Australia. That'd be super cool. Every time I watch The Price is Right, it's like, oh, I wish I could win the Australian one.
Right. Well, see, Danikin's already kicked it off. That's $20 towards the West Coast Ed and James show tour.
We'll just buy $20 worth of gold, and every time somebody says towards Portland, we'll just put it into gold, and then when we got enough gold, hopefully it'll go up in value.
Absolutely. Curly Bunny EMT saying hello to a lot of people. Awesome. Thank you, Curly Bunny. Glad to have you here. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. And then I see Alien World Aquatics. I know I've not caught everybody. Just kind of when I stop and I see a name I haven't addressed when I'm already on something else, I'm saying hello. But hello to everyone. I appreciate each and every one of you. This wouldn't be possible without you all, so thank you for being here. Voodoo Donuts. A lot of people saying Voodoo Donuts.
Yep. Well, I thought I said Voodoo Donuts, didn't I?
Zombie Donuts. But I had no clue.
I didn't mean zombie. I always have zombie on my mind, and I meant voodoo. Darn it.
Let's
my
see.
bad.
I think we've gotten through everything. I saw a hi Rack. So hello, Rack River Life. We were just talking about your Etsy not too long ago. And thank you again for sending me those prints. Awesome. I love them. Again, still working on getting everybody's art framed up so I can get it all hung. But I'm almost like going to have to start blocking off sections or, panels of sheetrock in the hallway just so I can say this sheetrock panel is for River Life. This one's for Multi-Tank Addiction. This one's for Sarah, So you see.
Is Tree a Kiwi? If so, I would love to go to New Zealand too. I'd like to see the Lord of the Rings stuff.
That's me. I'm such a Lord of the Rings nerd. I've watched hundreds and hundreds of times.
Oh, I've
So-
read the books a million times before the movies, and the movies were like actually good. They got rid of all the crappy music from the books. Who's your favorite character?
Mine,
Yep.
it's stereotypical. It's Aragorn.
Oh, I like Frodemir and Boromir. Those are my two favorite. I love the brothers.
Yeah, I don't know. Mine, like I said, mine's stereotypical. But I actually did handmade costumes and dressed as Aragorn for the premiere of the third movie when it came out.
I have a handmade costume. Well, I made it myself, a Boromir costume.
Nice.
I made it. I was shooting a wedding on Halloween, and they rented the Limp Mansion, which is a haunted mansion in St. Louis. But everybody dressed for the thing. So I went as Boromir, and my buddy went as Gimli. It was great.
So real quick, Sand Creek Aquatics yet again. I feel like I'm being paid to be a guest on the show at this point. Brother, thank you. I appreciate it. You don't have to throw the money at me. You're welcome to just type it out in the chat. But it's $2 here to it's for the Memphis Fund to go see Sand Creek. I'm looking forward to that. We're definitely going to have to get together this year. That's one of those this year things, especially with us kind of jumping around the Tennessee fish tuber, whatever we're calling it at this point.
And you and I could just go there and have fun too.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a barbecue place that makes fried bologna sandwiches.
Don't tell Miss Fever.
This thick, so good. What?
I said, don't tell Miss Fever.
Oh, she likes fried bologna, barbecue bologna.
No, I just don't want to get yelled at for running off to do YouTube fish stuff too much. I have to work extra. Wink, wink. Love you.
I need to send you to a store that needs to be opened.
Sand Creek, thank you for the $2 super chat yet again. And I'm looking forward to meeting you hopefully sooner rather than later. And where did it go? There's Chris. Chris with Multi-Tank Addiction throwing $5 in on the super chat. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, brother. Can't wait to meet you out in Dallas for Aquashella. That's going to be a blast. Also get to meet the Zen Ginger and Mr. Zen out there. Going to be awesome. So $5. Get my buddies here fund. Yes, I'm look. That's one of the biggest reasons. Kind of like Ed was talking about. It would be great to get known. You know, to blow up, as they say. Would simply be to be able to go and meet people. You know, that's, I don't know. I love the community. That's the coolest thing that I found about this and what has really kept me going, which is why tonight's show has mostly been just hanging out in the chat. Again, that's not great for replayability. It's not a great show, so to speak. But I enjoy it. Everybody here seems to be enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, let me know and we'll talk about it. But I think everybody's having fun with it. But thank you very much for that, Chris. See.
Earlier, I was showing off some art. That was Sarah's art from Blackie's. Sarah, Scrunch Princess?
Scrunch Princess, yeah.
Yeah. If you go to her website, you know, I haven't checked to see if she has anything new, but it's really fun because she does a fast drawing of whatever she's drawing, and it's pretty fun to watch. So, and I wish Pam would do the same thing. Like, I don't know if they're called time lapse or what. Just, even though she did do one with turtles, that was really cool to watch. Thanks, Pam.
Sand Creek, I know you're not paying me. You're just showing love. I was just kidding. I appreciate that. It's very much appreciated. I still haven't quite gotten. I don't know. It's still different to me. I still am getting used to the super chats. I know it's been a month now, but it's still adjusting to it. So thank you very much for that. It's awesome, and I love you guys. And it makes, like I said, you know, additional things possible on the channel. Unless you see anything that we need to jump on real quick, I did want to talk about a couple of channels. Let me see if I can get this working. Post one of them. We're not going to go. What's that?
I have one that I'd like to talk about real briefly.
Go for
it. Okay. I met her on Chris's stream this week. She was Chris's guest. Her name was Callie, and I don't know what her last name is, but she's the president of her fish society or fish club in Pennsylvania. But she's one of the main people that runs the Keystone Clash, and she was super cool. If she lived close to me, I think I would become best friends with her. And I asked Zen to save the link to hers. It's Super Fish Nerd. She said she's going to start putting out more content, but she said she likes to video a lot of stuff about her club. And so she's going to try to do more club stuff. But it's kind of neat to see what other clubs are doing and stuff. And she's got like almost 100 subscribers. So if you go to Super Fish Nerd, you can watch that. She hasn't put something out since the last Keystone Clash, I don't think, but it's kind of neat because she does a time lapse of them building the place, and it's worth just watching that. Okay, take it away.
Alrighty, I think I got them pulled up now. Here we go. So the first one I wanted to jump into, let me get my screen share going again. And Cody-san, thank you for reminding everybody that that thumbs up button is there. And, you know, if you're not enjoying it, there's a thumbs down button too. I'm not going to hold that against you. If you don't like it, you're free to hit that. But we always appreciate feedback if you're not happy. So let us know why you hit that. But the first one I want to pull up is, I think we do have some people that don't even know she has a channel, is one of our wonderful moderators. And thank you to all of my moderators. We've got the lovely mod wall in here that keeps things running smoothly when they do start to get out of whack. But click this button here. I want to say congratulations to the Zen Ginger. She just passed her 300 subscribers the other day. So congratulations, Zen. If somebody will drop her link, because I know she won't drop her own link, I would appreciate that. She does some awesome videos, and she is kind of my behind-the-scenes Ed, if you will. I talk to her on a daily basis. Her and Mr. Zen is awesome too. But the Zen Ginger is the other part of the Fish Room Fever team that you don't really see. She's the one that pokes me and goes, hey, you need to make this thumbnail better. Hey, you haven't scheduled this stream. That, you know, she's always there motivating and helping. So I appreciate you for that, Zen. And congratulations on your 300 subscribers. You're doing awesome. And she, I don't think she has. If she's posted that video, I haven't seen it, but I think she still hasn't even been on camera yet. So you're doing great. 300 subscribers, haven't even been on the camera. So just to show people it is possible to do videos and not actually be in them. If you are camera shy and don't feel comfortable being in any YouTube video.
I don't know if her voice has been on camera. She puts type in everything, but
yeah,
it's really informative. And, you know, we're not supposed to say the G word, but you know what? She has an amazing video on glowfish talking about the facts, not saying that it's right, not saying it's wrong, saying how it is. And it doesn't have anything about the glow betas. It's all the old stuff, like, you know, the fish that have been kind of developed over the last 25 years. And you know, a lot of people hate glowfish. But you know what? Chihuahuas were once wolves. You know, we have transformed dogs over the last 700 years to look nothing like what they originally came to.
You're absolutely right.
You know,
yeah, you will never catch me glow shaming. That's what we're going to start that. Or it's going to be glow shaming. You'll never catch me glow shaming in here. So this is always a glow safe space.
And after watching her video, I bought a bunch of white skirt tetras about probably 20 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. And some were blue and some were pink, and they were in two different schools. They stayed, and they didn't look like they were dyed or colored or anything. I thought they were actually like a pink tetra and a blue tetra. And what was weird is they stayed in separate schools. So maybe they are, and I just haven't been able to find them since. But I loved those things. They weren't the like I say, the glowing color, but they looked just like white tetras, but they had that color. And I'm wondering if it was an attempt at like a start at the glowfish stuff. I haven't seen those fish in the hobby for years, and I loved them. They stayed in two big groups of like 12 to 15, and they would kind of pass through each other maybe, but they would never, like, you wouldn't see 5 pink ones and 5 blue ones. They were always, so I don't know, but I appreciated Zen's video, and
Well, and that's exactly it. And I'll be honest, when I watched it, I messaged her, and I don't think I know everything about fish, but I don't often learn a lot from watching YouTube videos, and that's something that I need to get better at as a creator as well. But I actually learned some things and had some disinformation removed about the subject. So I told her, I said, that was an awesome video, and you taught me stuff. So thank you for that.
yeah, those tetras might actually still be alive. I sold them with the house. The people that bought it was my photo studio that I had them in, and the people asked for the fish tank and the fish. So I mean, that's how cool of a tank it was. So okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. Real quick, didn't catch anything other than what I just saw Chris say, or he said at some point, just saying to another individual, interact in the chat and on the streams, and people will check you out without you asking. Absolutely. I've always encouraged everyone to go check each other out. We've probably got 20 creators in here, I'd say easily, if not more than that. So it's always neat to go through. You never know what you're going to find. We're all doing our own little things. Sometimes they overlap, but a lot of times there's different things that we're working on. But I want to go ahead and pull up the next person. I was wanting to talk about him, and I think it's even more fitting, given that I'm going to be a guest on his stream sooner or later. So talk about Sand Creek Aquatics. He's just started live streaming recently. He's doing a phenomenal job. Still kind of getting in that comfort zone, which takes time, and it's, we all have different levels. I like the sound of my voice is what people tell me, so it was a little bit easier for me. Although I hate the sound of my voice listening to it after the fact, but I think we all do. But you get used to it. That's one thing. If you're a creator, you do kind of get used to it over time, hearing and seeing yourself. It's when I walk into the fish store now and I see myself playing on the TV in the local fish store, it's not nearly as odd to me as the first time I saw it. So you get used to it over time. I do want to ask you, Sand Creek, if you wanted to go, I guess what time you wanted to go tonight, because I see that you've got a live stream scheduled, and I'm going to drop the link for that in the chat so that we can head over there when we leave here. If you're wanting to go immediately after me, I don't have an issue with cutting it off a little bit early. So you just let me know, brother, and it's whatever you want to do. I had actually talked to Ed before the show about maybe doing an hour and a half anyways, just because, again, I've got to be to work super early. And the past 3 weeks, my schedule has basically been, I get up Thursday morning at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., sometimes 7 a.m. I don't go to bed until Friday afternoon/evening because I come in and I do my stream after work, and then I go straight back into work. So it would be nice to get maybe 5 or 6 hours rest tonight. But go check out Sand Creek, 144 subscribers. I'm sure we've probably got some people in here that aren't subscribed to him. Again, not saying you have to subscribe to anybody, but these are people that I'm subscribed to, and I watch their content on a regular basis. So, I encourage you to check them out. And if you like them, subscribe. And if you don't, everybody's not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. There are plenty of people that, don't want to subscribe to me, and I'm okay with that. But I highly encourage you to check them out, especially because this handsome individual here with all the glorious beard is going to be on his stream at some point. So you don't want to miss that.
Well, and if you like me, I'll probably be on his stream again.
Oh, yeah. Ed is co-hosting a lot over there, as well as with Multi-Tank Addiction, which is awesome. So that's I'm glad Ed's doing that. That's helping get him some exposure. And he got to talk to Rachel O'Leary the other day off camera. I mean, before a stream. How cool is that? I got to talk to Rachel.
3 hours. It's pretty neat.
Ed is the celebrity of the two of us. Don't let him fool you. He likes to call me the host, but he's the celebrity. He's the one that's meeting all the big stars.
I'm just the dorky guy that likes to talk.
That makes two of us, buddy. I think that's why we work so well together. And I would like to bring up one other person, if I may. Multi-Tank Addiction. I don't know if it'll be on a stream, honestly, but one other person. And Andy, I am still going to get to your channel and look it over and get with you privately about what we can maybe do for you. But Aquarium's maintained by Andy. Again, just shy of 150 subscribers. Also has saltwater content, which this is going to be a saltwater tank, hopefully sooner rather than later. Go check him out. Love what he's doing over there. I think he's talking about potentially doing some live streams from work, from the shop, from the store. So go check him out. Those are my three. I'm just going to stick with three. I know sometimes we'll go through like 10 people, but since we're taking a little bit more time with it and we may be cutting it short for Sand Creek to start at 2 a.m. Eastern time, which would be about 8 minutes, we're just going to go with three people. There are a lot of great channels in the chat, and if I didn't happen to pick you as one of the three tonight, please don't feel offended. You know, we can't, if we sat here and just talked about channels, that's all the stream would be, and then we don't want to be that kind of stream. But those are three that I definitely would encourage you to check out. But again, check out the people that are in here. I mean, Dr. Black, Multi-Tank Addiction, River Life, Blake's Aquatics. Just about everybody that's showing up has a channel. There's so much amazing content. There are so many great creators that are currently sitting in this room. There's so much knowledge. And that's why I want to encourage you all, when you're out in the real world, try and bring some of those people into the fold, because there are so many people keeping aquariums that don't even know that this online community is here, and that this vast wealth of knowledge is here. I'd love to get those people involved. I'd love to let them know, hey, there's a support group here for your questions. Don't get frustrated. Don't just sell your tanks on eBay or on Craigslist because you're just done with the hobby. Yeah, we all love getting the cheap tanks, but the one thing a lot of times we don't think about is that poor person that's selling you that cheap tank because they're just over it probably is not coming back to the hobby, or if they are, it may be a very long time, So I like to kind of take that into perspective of, and John has actually got his own, I guess, saying for it now, or whatever you want to call it, motto, with helping keep fish keepers keeping fish, I think is what he calls it. But it's a serious thing, and that's why pet stores, a lot of times they try for the big sale up front, because the estimated life expectancy in the hobby, not like people are dying, but in terms of how long the pet store is going to make money off of somebody getting an aquarium, is not that long. The numbers show that people don't stay in the hobby a long time. And I generally feel like that's because they don't have access to the proper knowledge. They have problems. They don't know how to fix it. They go back and talk to pet store people that may or may not have the experience and answers they need. And if we can get them involved in this community, we can at least say, hey, I may not have the right answer, or I may think I have the right answer, but you've got 20 other people you can go talk to and decide for yourself what the true right answer is for you. So I'm going to pull this off of here. I want to thank you all for letting me do those shout outs real quick. And thank you to those channels. Awesome people. And I enjoy your content. Like I said, people in the chat that I didn't shout you out, it didn't mean anything. Those were just a couple people that popped into mind that I wanted to talk about. So
I want to thank Jeff Miller. He was saying those could have been fruit tetras that I was talking about. So, yeah, I'm going to try to find them again because I enjoyed those. They're cute.
Yeah, that was Blake that just hit 500 subscribers, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I couldn't remember who it was until he said that. I've been in so many lurky chats lately, just kind of hiding and listening. But yeah, congratulations.
500 and then lost them. But Blackie went down to 498 in last
right. Yeah.
But I went and I subbed on I've got the stupid second account for StreamYard, so I subbed with my StreamYard account to get him to 499. Hey, the dragon's in the house.
That's what I was going to say. Oddball's in here. Haley, I've got a question for you. How in the heck did you get the King of DIY on your stream? I messaged that man months ago.
It's probably that
he
just thinks she's cooler.
Well, she is cooler, but that's beside the fact. That's not the point.
We aren't nearly as cool.
We're going to have to go back to just going by the Reaper, and then I'll have that cool factor again,
Well, personally, I like Haley more than Joey, so I'm more happy to have her here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, that was one. I can't pick a favorite stream, but that was a great stream with Haley and LRB on here, like 2 o'clock in the morning, them bickering back and forth. That was a fun time.
That was fun. We got to go back to having our late night show too. That goofy, because that was fun when we would do those goofy shows.
Absolutely. I am missing that. And I think that's part of what this is tonight is me trying to get a little bit of that back because I've missed just hanging out with people. But Saturday nights, I think, would be a good time to do some of that.
We're going to meet Haley next week. She'll be there. Did you just say that?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, sorry. I was like,
I was just agreeing with you.
I was just reading stuff. And
I was agreeing with you, and then I was laughing at a comment in the chat that I'm not going to mention. But
you're kind of laughing like that's just literally what I said.
No, I was laughing because somebody said Joey's old news, LOL. So I was just getting a chuckle out of that. I've got nothing against Joey. I've
shaken Joey's hand, and he's a super nice guy. He'll take time to say hello to everybody.
All right. I need to get my live chat back up because I'm trying to read the StreamYard chat, and that's not working for me.
The coolest thing about Haley is that she spells her name with 2 Y's. You got to do this for your... I don't know. That just seems like 2 Y's. Don't know why I said that. Okay.
All right. Scrolling. And Haley is also going to Dallas. Awesome.
Well, and the bear will be there. So that's going to be really cool. We can get the bear's autograph. He's like a celebrity.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that was Blackie's kind of unannounced stream this morning. Sorry, like I said, it's been a rough month. I remembered I went in somebody's chat within the past 24 hours and saw that they were dead on 500. And I was like, congratulations on 500. And then I was using my Bluetooth earbud and the battery died, which I've got it charging now. So that's not an issue tomorrow. And I was like, I've got to go. Sorry. So I tried to hit a couple of streams this morning, but half the time I had people in my other ear fussing. So
there is a link to Haley's rap. It's one of Joey's channels. It was when he was talking about giving out a free trip to Aquashella. So if you guys go to like the pre-Aquashella of last year of Joey's, you can find Haley doing her rap on his show. That's what we need to do.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness, the Haley rap. Dude, I'm so excited for the big fish show next week. It hasn't even really sunk in. It's going to be my first fish event, so I'm just really looking forward to meeting everybody and just hanging out and having a good time. I guess we'll address real quick, as you mentioned earlier, next Thursday we are not going to do the Nocturnal feeding show because we are leaving out super early Friday morning, which like right now it's our time, 2 a.m. Friday morning. We don't want to be getting off of the stream at 2:30 Friday morning and then driving, at 4 hours later, having to drive the 8 or 9 hours up there. So we are going to skip that show. May try and do it Friday night. We'll kind of see once we get up there how things are rolling. We are definitely going to be a part of the live stream crew that's going live during the event. Our time slot is, I believe, 3 to 4 p.m. Saturday. And then we may, we're going to
try to be a little different than everybody else.
Yeah, Ed had a good idea that we're going to get.
Yeah, we won't say anything, but we're going to be different.
Yeah, I think you all will enjoy it. And then there may just not be a show that week because we'll have Saturday Night Fever. If we do a Saturday show, we'll just do the Saturday Night Fever show. So may just pop up, and you never know. I may hop on live while we're driving down the road and say, hey, everybody, how's it going on Friday? Or if we happen to pop into a fish store on the way up there, I may, go live from there if it's okay with the owners. So make sure that notification bell's running. That way you know it. But yeah.
That'd be totally fun. That's why we're leaving so early, so we can make stops.
Yes. I think that's going to be awesome too. We just have to make sure we don't fill your truck with fish before we get to the show.
Yeah. Oh, geez, I've got so many tanks right now that I had to make another tank today. I don't have enough space, so now I've got Pam's rice fish are going to be on my kitchen, next to my kitchen stove.
So
But
I'm gonna,
eventually they'll all be going into a fish room. But I'm like surrounded.
I'm gonna try and pull Sand Creeks up real quick, so I've got that link available for when the time comes. Buddy, let me know whenever you're ready to go over there, and we'll kick everybody your way. Send everybody your way. I didn't mean that offensive if somebody took it that way. I guess you could have. I just kind of meant like kick it off, but there's, people get offended nowadays. So, but let me get him pulled up here. I don't have any new fish this week to really talk about. I did get some tetras a couple of weeks ago to add to the tetra tank. They're still in quarantine. I'm probably going to leave them there for another week. That'll put me to, I don't know, about 30 tetras in that tank, and that's probably going to be where that stops at.
My blue platies, I know they've had some young, and I've got a couple that have like a red dorsal fin, and they're the bluest platy I've ever had or seen. So I'm really digging these. I think I'm going to separate them and try to get it's literally a red, like bright red, like as reddish, but just on their little fin, and the rest of their body's blue. So I'm going to try to make a blue. Maybe that's a real common thing. I don't know. I've never really had too many platies in my life, and I've never had blue ones, but pretty cool. So I'm going to try to get a strand of blue ones with a little red tips.
So 2 things I want to say real quick. Hello to Bob Kaler of Kaler's Aquatics.
Hi, Bob.
Always good to see you. Another local East Tennessean. I will shout him out. He is very much, I don't want to say very much in need, but he's a huge member of the community, and he doesn't have his watch time yet. So if you want to run a playlist, A, go check him out because he's got some amazing videos. But B, if you want to help him out, run his playlist because he's kind of shy on watch hours. He's got his subscribers, but he doesn't have his watch hours. And as much as he supports the Fish Fam, I would appreciate it if we could support him.
Yeah, I mean, we all talked about how much Candy supports everybody, or how she helps everybody, but Bob really supports everybody. He's the guy who's in charge of setting up the GoFundMe to help, people that are in need in our community. And I mean, that's a huge heart right there to do that. And he does it on here, and he also does it in real life. I don't know if you guys watched his videos, but go watch them. He took care of, he didn't take care of it. He used to go visit this little bird named Lolly at a local pet store. She passed away not too long ago, but she would get so excited because I would go meet him there, and I'd be in there before he came up, and she would see his truck and knew his truck and start getting all excited. And she would meow. It was funny. She was a cockatoo. But I mean, he gave his heart to that bird. He gives his heart to, he helps run a shelter for dogs. He's a really great guy. So definitely go watch some of his videos.
So real quick, multi-tank addiction. Chris says Blake only needs 5 more to get to 600. I was wondering, obviously we're not doing next week. The week after next, I think we're going to do like an Aussie shout out on the stream. But with him being that close, if somebody could, there's Blake's link from Jesse HC Aqua. Go check him out. He puts me to shame with his tank setups. Like I've got a lot of tanks. He puts me to shame the way that his tanks are set up. So there's a lot of value to be had in what he's doing over there. And I don't generally use the term. I don't use the term value loosely, because that's one of the things that I firmly believe in terms of being a creator. You need to bring value, whether it's information or entertainment. He's got a lot of value going on over there. Trying to get my studio pulled up so I can thank all the super chatters tonight. Looks like Sand Creek Aquatic is just waiting for us to wrap up. So we'll wrap up here in just a minute. Real quick, I just pulled this up and it showed me the numbers. We've still got 41 people watching. We've got 57 likes. thank you all so very, very much for that. That is very much appreciated. This particular screen doesn't show me the dislikes from the studio, but if they're there, they're there. I'm not worried about it. That just means I'm a celebrity if people are disliking. All right, almost there to the monetization thing so I can see this because I want to properly thank everyone, especially since I missed people the last time without being able to pull it up. Of course, all of my mods, once again, thank you very much. You all do a wonderful job, and I appreciate the hard work you put in. It is oftentimes a thankless job for you all, and there's nothing necessarily beneficial in it for you, so I appreciate you all doing that. Mods are a huge part of what makes the community possible. And of course, thank you to the community. Blake is at 597. I think we could find 3 people in here that could probably go check him out. And if they see what they like, subscribe, because we've gotten a couple milestones. Jesse hit his 1,000 subscribers during a Fish Room Fever live stream, if I'm not mistaken. We've hit a lot of milestones in here. So if we could get Blake and add him to the list of milestones that happened on the channel, I would love to do that, because that was part of how this channel started. Once I started growing, was trying to help other people grow. So this community is amazing. I just want to kind of get us all connected and all in the same web and sharing the knowledge. That way we're not missing little pieces of the puzzle. That's kind of how I see us. Each one of us is little pieces of this puzzle, and we just want to get it all connected, bring that community together, and we can have the whole picture.
Blake always has fancy hair, too.
Yes, he does.
I wish I could have hair like that.
All right.
Well, I could if I paid for it, I guess, but I don't want to wear one. Not saying that he wears a wig. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Tell people he wears a wig. That's nice of you.
Go subscribe to his channel and try to see if it's a wig or not.
Right. So, again, Super Chats never required, but they are always very much appreciated. Thank you all very much. We have the Zen Ginger with the $2 super sticker, Sand Creek Aquatic with $5, Recon 338 with $2, Sand Creek with another $2, Aquarium is maintained by Andy with $2, Sand Creek Aquatic with the $20, Petzotics with $2, Sand Creek Aquatic with another $2, the Zen Ginger again with $3, Sand Creek Aquatic with another $2, Moonstone with $10, the man of the show, Mr. Sand Creek Aquatic, with another $10. Danikin Aquatics trying to get us over there to the West Coast with $20. Followed by Sand Creek Aquatics, once again funding the Memphis Fund so we can get out there, $2. And then Chris with Multi-Tank Addiction rounding it out with the $5. And Get My Buddies Here Fund to get us to the West Coast. Thank you all very, very much. I appreciate everybody. The super chats mean a lot to me. It was not something I really expected was going to happen when I first got monetized. I just wanted to be able to say I monetized as, kind of hitting that milestone. But that's awesome. Thank you all very much for that. Yep. Thank you, Zen Ginger. I was just about to drop that yet again. I would appreciate you all if you would go check out Sand Creek Aquatics. That's where I'm about to head over to. I'm going to say hi to him. Maybe even jump on for a minute or two very briefly if he wants me to hang out for a few. And then I'm going to drag my butt to bed because I got to be up in a couple hours for work. But if he wants me to hop up and say hi, I would be glad to do that for him. It's the least I could do. Hopefully we got Blake to 600. I hope you all have enjoyed the show. A little different than what we planned to do tonight. We kind of had something laid out and we said the heck with it. I said the heck with it. I'll take blame for that one. And we hung out in the chat. Glad I did. Love you all.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Oh, yeah. Ed, I'll let you say your goodbyes, and then I will send us on our way, and we'll go check out Sand Creek Aquatics.
I love being here, guys. Normally I'm supposed to be the guy talking to you guys, but it's the opposite. I tell you what I need to learn, and you guys give it to me, and I really appreciate that a lot. 2 different things. I learned 2 things tonight that I asked. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one.
Until next time, keep your fish healthy and catch yourself a little fish room fever. Bye, everybody.